Let's go. We're starting off a big day of earnings with a little bit of a drop here from Amazon. This is one of the most incredible earnings days we've seen in a hot minute, okay? On the docket for today, we got Amazon, Facebook, Apple, just a lot of bangers. We're going to start with Amazon today and go into these earnings. You see it dropped a little bit, so what is going on with these earnings? Obviously, expected massive earnings. I mean, you're talking about the premier environment for a company like this where online sales are out of control. How could you see numbers, a stock price drop? We'll take a look at these numbers and see if there's good reason for it. So, boop, don't mind me. I clicked on it. I promise I did. It's just loading a little bit. This is what I would call incredible numbers. So I told you, my prediction was over 30% growth. Oh my gosh. Anyways, GAAP EPS of $12.37 beats by $4.98. That is a ridiculous profitability beat. That's ridiculous. I mean, those numbers are out of this century, honestly. That's not just a beat. That is a smackdown. Revenue of $96.1 billion, up 37%. Could you imagine if you could grow a business when you're near $90 billion to grow 30%? That is one of the most incredible feats of year-over-year growth I've ever seen, if I'm being frankly honest with you. That is incredible. Beats by $3.5 billion. That is just ridiculous. I don't know. It's quite incredible. Operating income of $6.1 billion versus 4.7 consensus. Quarter four guidance is for 112 to 121, which is an incredible beat on guidance because they're only expecting 112.4. And quarter four income guidance of $1 billion to $4.5 billion. Son of a gun. So my guess is maybe the operating income line is what might be scaring people away. I don't get it though. This is one of the most incredible earnings reports I've seen, if I'm being 100% honest with you. So the fact that it's still down after hours just seems like a shocker. You do need to take into account, obviously, the stock's up big. Really though, all things considered, to be only up 69% on the year, I mean, I don't think this is ridiculous at all. I mean, this thing should not necessarily fall. I don't know. We'll read more into the numbers. Maybe I'm wrong here. Operating cash flow increased 56% to $55 billion. Holy crap, man! That's cash flow of $55 billion. What the freaking crap compared to $35 billion for the trailing 12 months year that ended September of last year. That's really incredible. Free cash flow of $29.5 billion in the trailing 12 months. You need to mention that it's trailing 12 months, but still really good stuff there. Net sales increased 37%. Obviously, really good stuff compared with $70 billion in the third quarter last year. That's just incredible. It's excluding a 690. They just don't stop with this number here. These two numbers together, $691 million favorable impact from year-over-year changes in foreign exchange rates. That's excluding that, obviously, too, as I mentioned. And a net income line of $6.3 billion compared to $2.1 billion same quarter last year. So in a year, they've tripled that net income line. That was a good neck crack, man. That felt good. But that's a really good number there. I mean, that's quite incredible. So as far as highlights, they're going to obviously talk about announcement of huge new jobs, big jobs all around the world for people of all skill levels. I think some of these are going to be permanent. They mentioned 100,000 permanent jobs, paying at least $15 an hour is the base minimum for them. Benefits on day one. And again, 100,000 new seasonal jobs, which, just so you know, once they feel like your employment is done, they just can you. They'll can you. Amazon is run very well run company. They work you to death, and there's a reason why you're making $15 an hour, and there's also a reason why they're making so much money, okay? Because they are run well. They've created 10,000 corporate and technology jobs in Bellevue, Washington, 7,000 at tech hubs. Cool, 10,000 new permanent jobs in the UK. And thousands of new in Germany. In India, Amazon announced the expansion in its operations network with 10 new fulfillment centers. Holy crap. Big stuff around there. I mean, you talk about the population of India and the amount of people that they could technically service there as far as product sales too. Could be massive. Could be really big. More than 320,000 people attended Amazon's Career Day. Obviously, virtual event. Cool for them. I mean, I don't know how that matters much to the stock, but promoted more than 35,000 people across its U.S. operations network this year. I mean, that's cool, but I mean, I don't know if I care that much. Get out of here. Yeah, investing in jobs and employees. I mean, you know, it's cool for you, but I don't know if I care that much. Supporting communities and protecting the planet. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna skip those. I don't know how that's relevant to the stock in my perspective as a shareholder. Those efforts aren't something that I personally care about that much, but if you do, I get it. I just don't think it necessarily benefits the company as far as the initiatives go in terms of profit, because really it doesn't. Those usually hurt profit lines. Just being honest with you. I hate to be rude. Don't be rude, but I am. Amazon introduced a reimagined family of Echo devices. The new Echo combines the best of Echo and Echo Plus into a single device, with on-design built-in small smart home hub and more powerful speakers. Good for them. Also, they one of the designs has a clock. Good for them. And they also have an Echo Dot Kids edition, which comes in panda and tiger designs. Panda. Dude, the thing about this, that's not kid related. That's a song by a designer, and he's got broads in Atlanta. Okay? Super Scando. You ever heard that one? It's a banger, man. It's a banger. Bringing you back to the old school. Amazon announced a new Fire TV Stick and Fire TV Stick Lite. Purchased more than 100 million Fire TV devices globally. It's big. I mean, this is big. You wonder, obviously, I get the importance of the device, but as obviously smart TVs become more base, it's a good question if they just start with a partnership as opposed to having these Fire Stick devices. I don't know. They'll still sell regardless. I mean, but I just think it could be diminishing returns eventually. Maybe consider partnering. New ways for customers to connect their devices with Amazon Sidewalk. Amazon announces the latest AI advancements that make Alexa more natural, conversational, and useful, so they don't want it to be a robot. And eventually, Amazon Alexa will, in fact, take over the world, know the name of your firstborn child, and impersonate them, and cost you $900 million in debt because they purchased products on Amazon for you while you weren't paying attention. Amazon introduced new features and services that continue to make Alexa smarter, like Guard Plus and Care Hub, that helps customers keep their homes and loved ones safe. Interesting, obviously, when you think about competitors like, obviously, a Ring doorbell, smart home. What's that thing called? Sometimes the brain farts and it does. But the security hubs that do exist, smart home something security. I'll think about it and then it'll be way too late. But if they're encroaching on that territory, they could definitely swallow some competitors up. But you also get into the realm of with the current environment, when do regulators step in maybe and try to, give this company a little smackdown. There's a lot of stuff here is all I could tell you. So, really cool stuff. But, maybe you don't need a 900 pages thing. Guidance again. We already went over the guidance, so nothing too crazy. This is the good stuff. Maybe I'll touch on Amazon Web Services, significant partners or customer momentum with new commitments and migrations, not mitigations, that's for sure. Good for Amazon Web Services, obviously a big portion of this. I was hoping on here they would show the sales increase, because I think that is a big deal. I just don't know if they do. That's pretty upsetting. I'm sure it might be hidden somewhere in here, but I didn't recall seeing it. Maybe they got it a little bit further in here, maybe. Oh no. So yeah, we'll look at this real quick. Oh yeah, here's Amazon Web Services, baby. That's what we're looking at. We'll look at the 3 months ending line on the left here. So for the quarter last year, Amazon Web Services put in 8.9 billion. This year they put in 11.6. So good improvement there. And operating income grew as well. Pretty cool. And obviously in international, you see operating loss grew into an operating actual, income. It's pretty exciting. And in the U.S. or North America, I should say, that grew as well. Pretty good. And segmented. Good stuff there. Pretty happy. Then finally, we look at the balance sheet on a company like this, which usually you'd expect to be a ridiculous balance sheet. And we'll look at this. This goes left to right. Right is the newest quarter. Total current assets of 96.3 billion versus 112.9 is what's current. 113 billion compared to 96 billion is what I should have said. So good growth there. Total assets in general of 282 billion versus 225. That is an incredible improvement. You're talking about $60 billion extra in terms of assets, and you see improvement there in terms of property and equipment, operating leases, and other assets in general. Pretty cool. And obviously less cash overall for the company, so they've been spending some cash, you can tell, but in marketable securities, that's probably where they moved some of that to. That's increased quite a bit. Total current liabilities is 102 billion versus 87 billion. So total stockholder equity in general has risen to 82.7 versus 62. And if you talk about obviously stock purchase, I think it's not a bad one, but I think it's worth buying. Hope you had a good one.